question, what do you get when a company like Hasbro runs out of completely original ideas and they resort to repackaging and repainting every single figure they've ever done in the last 5 years? You get the Wreck and Doom collection. No joke. This is what you get. Like, this is so bizarre to me. It's so strange. Like, the artwork, it's pretty, it's nice. Got you guys right here and they're fighting. Yeah, it does his job. It's got nice product shots on the back. You know, these are you got your freeze out here. You got your singe, your hair splinter guns. But really, when you stop and think about it, you got a UK comic book color paint scheme slash idea mixed with a Diaclone Transformer. Like, me complaining makes me sound so freaking ungrateful, but Spinister here was just so difficult to get back in 2019. Like, I had literally had to murder a granny to get this in Walmart. It's not bad. It's not aged well. And you think with about 6 years of mold degradation in place that this figure would suck, but you don't. You just don't. Gotta say, if anything, this paint job makes him actually look more evil and more like a Decepticon rather than that tracksuit wearing gimp with battle damage that we got. And yeah, while I appreciate the original release and I love the original release for everything that he did engineering wise, it was just a mess. And while this don't exactly look like a cohesive piece of ultimate destruction equipment, he does fare a lot better color scheme wise and with cohesion than the OG Siege release. I'm just saying. Like, the head sculpt still pops and makes it look even more menacing in black and that kind of tealy blue with the red eyes and not yellow eyes. It's the pink's still pretty much the same, but it's kind of offset by black jeans, black skinny jeans, and like darker blue arms. Like, he's so comic book accurate, and yeah, I appreciate this color scheme a lot more. He still feels solid. It doesn't feel like there's any mold degradation occurred at all. It feels like this figure could be just as fresh now in 2025 as 2019, and that's saying a lot for how good this mold is. You want to see Singe and Hair Splitter, or Hair Splitter and Singe. They're basically just bricks. They're well painted bricks, and I like the sheen that the light is picking up. They're really painted well. I like his teal pants and his purple, and the fact that he's got a gun molded in. Like, they're good. They're good. They do the job. And yeah, while they're just guys with guns coming out their backs and out their shoulders, they're target masters. Like, this, you weren't going to get two of the more interesting ones that we got from was it Siege? Yeah, Siege. You weren't going to get any more interesting ones than that. Basic bricks plus the other two blasters and a new paint job. This is more than I could have ever wanted, and really, I'm happy with this guy alone. But that's not the only thing we got. Yeah, that's right. We got a Diaclone version of Topspin, and while the Spinister mold, and I'm kind of pausing here because I'm trying to collect my thoughts in some kind of coherent sentence. While that mold is 5 years old, this mold is even older. This is Titan's Return. We don't have ankle articulation, and while a couple of years ago, when this got re-released, it was the other guy. Don't tell me his name. That mold still kind of seemed to hold up against its own contemporaries with how far sculpting and articulation had come. And again, ball joints to the arms, not a fan. But still, no ankle articulation. This figure feels a lot older than this figure. And I know that's the case because what was Titan's Return was like 2017, 2016, 100, 5,000. But this is painted nicely and it does a really good job of doing the whole Diaclone thing. He comes with his original guns as the original Topspin did, and what, freeze out is it? Put him over because my camera sucks at freaking zooming. But yeah, like it's just your basic Titans Return with a face on the end. It's the Headmaster and Target Master gimmick. I love them a bits. I really do. But I think for me, things like Eight Face and Snapdragon, say what you will. I think that Titans Return, or was it Earthrise, peaked at that specific moment for these kind of characters because they weren't ever going to give us new engineering when they had all these molds just sat there. And I'm not sure if it's mold degradation or if the original was like this, but his mouth seems to just melt into his face. Like there's no real definition. And he's got some pretty nice shades on, but like even when the head pops in, I feel like it doesn't want to go. And when it does, I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to go with the head the other way around. So you've got two faces, kind of the neck looking at you and then the head looking at you. This doesn't do it for me. This feels very hollow. Like I know the legs are hollow for transformation, but this feels like a step backwards. The new paint job does zero for me. Nothing. Maybe it's just I'm not a Diaclone kid. I don't know, but this for me, not worth it. Not worth it. But again, coming back to Spinister, there's little things that I never even knew that were more well defined with this color scheme and mold. Like that little bit there, that little ledge, that is a groove really deep down in there that stops the blades from drooping. It's amazing. It sticks in. And when I was fiddling around with this one, I had to go back to the other one to see if that had it. And lo and behold, it does. And you can tell a bit more with the grey plastic, but there is a little notch that it's supposed to just push in and stay there. But it don't do it. Even his knees, I know he's a 5, 6 year old figure, but his knees are starting to go. I hate. I hated, and I still hate, all the battle damage. It just makes it look unclean, unkempt, unthought out. And with the matte paint job, with the new shinier plastic and the paint, the new Spinister, plus this one's drunk. Yeah, the new Spinister really does do it for me. And while I do say there's a few little things that they kind of missed, like the paint job on here, it doesn't go all the way around, but it does a better job of covering this. This only does half that. I know it's probably more accurate to the comic, but a few more paint apps on Spinister would have gone an even longer way. And yeah, I know, third-party stickers, filling things, products to buy to make this really good figure even better. But really, I don't think he needs any of that. This is a more meaner, darker, sinister Spinister. I prefer it. I prefer it. When are we going to get Coptor? Had 3 versions of this mold now. Coptor, Coptor. Get on with it. We've got Smallfoot, we've got Crasher, Coptor. I want this in blue and white with an evil, snarling little nasty face on top. That is what I want, Hasbro. That is what I want for Christmas 2026, 2027, and 2028. His helmet is chipped on the top. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that came like that out of box. This feels more premium. And I'm sorry to say, but some of the siege molds really do still hold up. And Spinister, while he was hard to get originally, I'm really hoping that enough people get this guy, because especially when he's on some kind of clearance on Amazon Prime Day or something, because that's only where I've seen him, or he'll eventually end up at RossCon exclusive. But yeah, I can't praise this guy enough. I love him. Let's do helicopter mode. Screw Topspin. He's had his 5 seconds. Fuck him. Now it's this guy's time to shine. Helicopter mode. Let's go. 2 things I always feel get a hard rep in Transformers is toys that transform into helicopters or motorbikes. Like, there is no in between. Like, these guys kind of just bottom of the barrel, you know? Like, I don't care. This is still really good. This looks good. The blades are still solid. Itch. It transforms nicely. The only thing was the plastic. This little piece, that clip there, that was a little bit loose. This came off, but the coherency transfers from the figure into helicopter mode really well, and it's like a little bit stiff at first, especially around the torso where it's got to like separate out. But if you want the step-by-step stuff, go watch MGO. Go watch Prime versus Prime. Go watch one of those guys, because I don't play like that. No. The underside carriage, it still looks a little bit weird, but then again, it's an alien robot from another planet, so it's gonna be weird. But yeah, the detailing. This is a mean-looking helicopter mode, and I still love how the legs turn into like the cockpit and the underside, like the gunner's thing. You got a really faint Decepticon logo there, like it's just not quite. That's possibly my only gripe. Not quite dark enough to like make out. But on the other side, you got a much more brighter faction symbol, which kind of like is the paint is kind of shimmery, kind of a bit like some of the actual figures, whereas a lot of the other is like a clear, hard matte, which you'd think would not work well together, but for some reason, because of the color they use, it just works. It works, in my opinion. But again, I'm not overly familiar with comic book lore or anything past 1995. But like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Faction symbol, well spotted. But yeah, the helicopter mode overall is still really good. It's tight, compact, it transforms well. There's no kibble in either bits unless you count like the legs. But I think the design, it seamlessly works. Like they used the ankle joint as kind of like part of the transformation, and I appreciate design elements like that that go well in both modes. It also can still do the little thing with the guns on the underside. You got your hole in the foot. You can plug these guys clean up. Find the hole. Not the first time I've said that. And yeah, the color scheme, while they're a little bit off, it matches a lot better. It looks more like a menacing helicopter. And you've got the added bonus of me putting this down for a second, and you've got your two extra boys here. You got your two extra boys who you forgetting your target master boys. You're forgetting them already. There's a number of ports, like you could use them on the other side, but I'm gonna go for this stupid little hole here, just because it gives the blades clearance, as well as yeah, you get back there, and yeah, it's not really clean, but it looks very toyetic. Like there's enough guns on that to please any psychopath. Like it's good. It's good. It's some good toys. There's some good toy gun. Bam. But yeah, the it's because that pin joint with the blades, it still wobbles a bit, but that's specifically only so when it transfers back, that little groove, which I can't find now. Never mind, can lock back in, so it can stand straight up. But yeah, this overall, I got no complaints. No complaints from me. None. None whatsoever. That faction symbol could be a little bit more clearly defined, so I know who's flying at me. So, I don't die when they shoot at me, and then I kind of have to guess that it's a Decepticon, but whatever. So, in conclusion and quick summary, I'd say not worth it. Not all. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Worth it. Totally worth it. Just for this guy alone. Wait until the sale or something, just so you're not paying like $50 for one figure. For me personally, it's comic book all the way. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. Especially here, right here. So, thanks for dropping by. Maybe give it a like. Once again, small box appreciation video. Thanks for stopping by, clicking to begin with, making it to the end of the video on the Wreck and Doom collection. Oh, I get it now. They're the Wreckers. Oh. Right. Yeah, I just got that.